and it's a little bit of a somatic exercise. So go ahead and start with me standing. We're going to take just a minute to take a few deep breaths as we come onto the mat and shut out the rest of the world. So this month we have been working on grounding exercises and what that really means. Finding time outdoors or just finding something that you're passionate about. And also finding a way to really connect with the earth and with yourself, like just taking all those stressors away. And I think I've mentioned it before, but it kind of is reminiscent of Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. So thinking of you right here, right now, there's nothing else that matters. You are just here and you are just present. So in our standing position, letting our feet sink into the mat. And sometimes I do the little kung fu move here. Remember from my kung fu days, where we ground the balls of our feet into the mat and then really feel the body, the energy coming down the hips, activated in the legs and pressing down into the heels, and even feeling that energy pulling your shoulders down. Taking a couple deep breaths, taking the hands to the heart, just arriving. You are here, and that's all that matters. Close the eyes or soften your gaze. And feel your breath, inhaling and exhaling against the thumbs. Feel your heart beating against the thumbs. Maybe do some nodding if that would feel good. Just bringing the chin and the nose down toward the fingertips on an exhale, and then on the inhale, letting the nose carve the space so that the neck is extended nice and long. Just keep going back and forth, breathing, inhaling and exhaling with each movement. If you've joined me for the other grounding practices, you may have gone on a hike with me. So I did a little hike and a pre and or middle of and post hike stretch. And next week we'll do a little mountain bike pre and post mountain bike stretch. All right, release the hands, kind of shake it out. So we're going to do this especially if you're feeling a little stressed. Just starting by shaking out the wrists, maybe add in shaking in the knees, maybe add the shoulders, the hips, just releasing. And I know it seems so ridiculous. Maybe just get crazy. So ridiculous, but it releases all that tension, whole body. All right, excellent, excellent work. Let's meet down on the mat now. I'm going to come down to my nice, easy seat, whatever feels comfortable to me. So maybe it's one of those days that I feel like putting a blanket under the hip. And if that's true, go grab your blanket. Coming to a seated position, we'll take 3 deep breaths. I wanted to say twee, and that's not. That was a combination of tree, 2, and 3, with none of those things. Okay, so we'll take 3 deep breaths, inhaling, feeling your body change with the inhale. And then on the exhale, witnessing your body change again. On this next inhale and exhale, maybe bring hands to heart and belly to help to witness that change. As we inhale, feeling the body change and feeling the spine elongating. And then on your exhale, really feeling, again, the body changing and your sit bones connecting and rooting into the earth. And once more, inhaling slowly. And exhaling. All right, we'll do a quick tense and release. I love to do this one when I get really stressed out. I just bring my hands into a ball, bring my face into a ball, squeeze everything up, inhale deeply, and then exhale, releasing everything. You can do that a couple of times if you want to. And we'll do it at least one more time. So squeezing the hands, squeezing the body, squeezing the face into a little ball. Inhale, and on the exhale, release it. All right. Hopefully we're feeling a little better here. As we're arriving, hopefully we've already arrived, but if we still need another minute, I'm going to move into a butterfly or Baddha Konasana. I'll move my blanket off to the side and bringing my feet together. My pants are not as stretchy as I want them to be. Bottoms of the feet together, hands on the toes. And I'm going to do a little just rocking back and forth or flapping the butterfly wings to release that tension. So this all came about because for me personally, I realized in this venture into grounding, I found myself suddenly really overwhelmed. Okay, bring your legs to stillness. And I realized I wasn't sleeping. My heart was palpitating more than it should. And I knew I had to make a little change. And all it takes is just reminding myself, let's come back to some grounding postures. All right. So from here, inhaling the spine long, and we'll keep doing this, exhaling, micro bend forward. So you might not see a lot of progress, and that's okay. Just releasing some of the tension. We tend to hold trauma in different areas of the body. And one of those areas, especially for women, but for men too, is we hold that tension in the hips on all sides. So I'm going to try to release some of that. So again, inhaling and exhale, micro bend forward. So when we find ourselves totally overwhelmed, just take a moment to do a little grounding exercises. Take any one of these, do all of these, whatever it takes, whatever works for you. Inhale and exhale, coming back up, and we'll take our legs out and bring them out in front of us. We'll do a little cane pose, but we'll start here by just pointing and flexing the feet. And again, if your knees are feeling really tight, you can always put a rolled up thin blanket underneath the knees to support. And sometimes that just feels good. It's okay to use props in our practice, especially when we need a little extra support and love. Okay, inhale, fingertips up high, really feeling the fingertips pulling away like they're magnets on the fingertips and other magnets on the ceiling. And you really feel that pull. But at the same time, you're feeling the sits bones rooting and pressing into the earth. I love this feeling of that juxtaposition of that challenge. Inhale and exhale, hinging at the hips, letting the heart space lead so that we're not doing this. Letting the heart space lead, reaching out toward the toes. And you'll notice I'm really tight today. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to give myself a little bit of grace and forgiveness and know that I can reach the toes sometimes, but today is not one of those days. And that's okay. Same thing as we did in Baddha Konasana. Inhaling the spine, keeping the spine long, just checking in that we're not crunching. And then exhale, micro bend forward. This is what happens when you're seated at a desk all day or that you're holding so much tension. You just get super tight. Okay. From here, we're going to release, inhale, exhale, shifting our body back, our weight back, and we're going to go into a tabletop. So as always, rolling into our tabletop, wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Maybe give yourself a little wiggle. And we'll go into our cat cow. So cat cow, dropping the belly, inhaling, letting the chin pull the spine away. So lengthening the spine on your inhale, opening up that heart space so that shoulders aren't coming in, pulling those shoulders back. And on the exhale, letting the chin and nose carve through space. So we're keeping the neck nice and long, belly button to spine. Exhale. All right, keep moving this way. Breath and movement are very important. And maybe check in with your body. My lower back, I can feel really appreciates this right now. But maybe you're feeling stress in your shoulders. And remember that yoga, I feel like I should throw this in here. Yoga is not necessarily a workout. It is a workout, but it's an end to the means. The means is to really find yourself grounded and peaceful and happy. So it's okay if you do a yoga session that isn't one of those sweat inducing body transformation practices. It's okay to slow down and just take a moment, be present, to be grounded, and find that peace and happiness and harmony between your mind and your body. Okay, all right. So from here, we're going to do a little side body stretch. So I'm going to bring my foot to the side. We're going to do a supported side plank. We do these a lot, but I really love them. Pressing the palm and the fingers into the mat. Hand is under the left shoulder. Inhaling the right arm up. The right leg is stretched out. Really, again, feeling the fingers pulling away. And maybe holding here. Or if you're feeling it, let that right leg float up. Awesome. And release. And you can either come back to using your supported side plank or stretch, step, stack, or stagger your feet into a full side plank. Really feeling the hip pulling up. So your left hip is pulling up so that your right hip doesn't sink. Inhale and exhale. Release, coming into a full plank, really pulling the belly button in, sending energy out the heels, holding here for a moment, belly button to spine. Inhale and exhale, slowly lower down. I have an injured shoulder, so I'm going to be very kind to my shoulders, but you can do a chaturanga to up dog or come up into a sphinx pose, inhaling, that means palms on the mat, forearms on the mat. Inhaling, opening the chest, exhale, coming down and pushing back into a child's pose. Don't worry, we'll do the other side. So knees as wide as the mat, toes together, sending the energy back. We'll take 3 intentional, purposeful breaths here, because intention and purpose don't mean the same thing. But really focusing on that breath, feeling your body, grounding, connecting. Taking that moment to feel vulnerable and powerful all at the same time. And on your next exhale, rolling out of our child's pose. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So we're in our tabletop. I'm going to bring my right leg over as my support, stretching my left leg out, pressing through my right palm and right fingers underneath the right shoulder, activating the core and inhaling my left fingertips up toward the ceiling. And why not inhale, letting the left ankle float up, supported half moon. And release, and either come into a stack or staggered. I'm off my mat, so stack or staggered side plank. So stretching out those legs or supported if you'd like, but really pulling that hip up. Right hip comes up so that the left hip doesn't sink. Inhaling and exhale, come into our plank. Again, pausing in our plank for just a moment here. Holding that plank, holding that energy, see if you can send the heels back a little bit. Inhale and exhale, same thing, lower down. So I go through my supported, so I don't hurt my shoulder. And then I'll come back up into my sphinx, stretching the spine away. But you do you, whatever little micro back bend feels good. And then we're going to curl the toes, pressing through here. We're going to press back into a down dog. All right, first down dog. Pedal out if you like, or just find a moment of stillness and focus on the breath. Allowing the head to become heavy, maybe even shaking out the head. Feel the neck stretching toward the earth. So feel the energy sending down the backs of the legs and out the heels. The heels may not touch floor, ground, mat, whatever is there. That's okay. All right, we're going to go into 3-legged dog. So pressing through the fingers of the palms, arms are strong, belly button strong. Weight on the left foot, inhale the right leg up. Inhale and exhale, right knee to right elbow. Exhale, kicking all the way back. Inhale and exhale, bend the knee and then stack the hips so that the right foot is going over to the left. Inhale and exhale, unstack, bring the right knee through the center. We're going to go into a low lunge. It was not very graceful. You could hear that. Okay, left foot is by my right thumb. I'm going to shift my back foot so that I have nice strength here. Activate that core, open, stretch that body out. Open up the heart space. Inhale, arms all the way up, reaching all the way up. Holding here, inhale. And exhale, both hands come back down. We'll do that one more time. Pressing through the feet, coming all the way up, reaching up. Feel the shoulders pulling back away from you. You can stay here or take the fingers back behind you, interlace the fingers and pull those down toward the mat. Take a nice deep breath here, inhaling. Bring the chin up, micro back bend, and exhale, leaning forward so that the torso comes near the thigh, to the thigh, or beyond the thigh. Maybe the pinkies come up behind you, maybe you fall over a little bit. Inhale and exhale, left hand by right foot, right fingertips up toward the ceiling for twist. And release. Frame that front foot. Activate the left, slide the right leg back into three-legged dog one more time. Inhale and exhale, release. Okay, same thing on the other side. Pressing through fingers and palms. Right leg takes the weight. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee bends, left knee to left elbow. Really pull that core in. Really feel your shoulders working. Exhale, kicking all the way back. Inhale, bending the left foot. Exhale, stack the hips, sending the left foot over to the right. Inhale, exhale, unstack, bring the left knee through the center and put left foot by left thumb. Come back up into another lunge. So I'm gonna sit my back foot here. Inhale, activating the core, the feet, bringing my fingers up, reaching up, feeling the shoulders pulling away, fingers up, inhale, exhale, coming back down, hands frame the front foot. Okay, one more time. Inhale, coming all the way up, fingers reaching up. I'm a little off today. And stay here or bring those fingers behind the back, interlace, and pull the shoulders away from the ears, opening up the chin, the chest. Baby back bend and exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Heart space leads to the thigh, on the thigh, or beyond the thigh. Pinkies maybe pulling up to give a little extra stretch here. And release. Right hand comes next to left foot. Left fingertips reach up to the ceiling for a twist. And release. Frame the front foot, activate the right leg, and send the left leg back for three-legged down dog. And release to down dog. Okay, we're gonna do a couple of standing postures. So look between the hands and step or hop between the hands. And now we're in a forward fold. Take a moment here to just let the head pull away, the neck pull away, maybe rock the neck back and forth. Inhale and exhale, slowly rolling up to standing. Okay, so from here, we're going to do extended mountain to chair to tree, because why not? All right, same thing that as we started. Really feel the balls of your feet rooting into the earth, right? Feel that connection. Feel all parts of your legs connecting. Just want to feel like you're awake. Starting here in Tadasana, maybe pulling the backs of the hands back behind you to do a little extra stretch. Exhale. And then inhale, bringing arms all the way up to extended mountain. Again, feeling the fingertips reaching up, but the hips pulling down, just like what we were doing before. Inhale and exhale. We'll sit back into chair. Exhale, hips come back. Chest is kind of stacking over your hips. Toes can pull up because the weight is on your heels. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, sit back just a little bit. Inhale, exhale, sitting back. On the next inhale, start to release. And on the exhale, come up to standing. Weight goes onto the left foot. Right knee floats up. Now we're going to do tree. So if you need to, you can just do your tree at your ankle or your calf. Otherwise, bring that knee all the way up. Maybe grab it and stretch the shoulders a little bit. Open the knee out to the side, finding that drishti and that focal point. Balanced postures force us to be present, don't they? I like to do those balance poses when I'm feeling especially ungrounded. I'm going to bring my foot into my inner thigh. Remember, you can be at the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh, whatever works for you, but never the knee. If you're on the inner thigh, feel the inner thigh pressing against the foot, foot pressing against the inner thigh, so that your hip doesn't come out. Okay, so see if you can feel your right knee pulling away. Bringing those hands to your heart. Feel your heart beating against your thumb, or your breath moving your chest against your thumb. Feel your left foot spreading its action, spreading out, right? So it's not just in one part of the foot, it's all four corners of your foot. You can stay here, or if you feel like branching out, try it. Maybe opening up your palms to the universe, asking the universe the gifts that you are ready to receive. And you could stay right here in this posture. Or if you're feeling it, you can bring left hand to right toes, releasing your right foot, and just see if you can grab onto those toes. Now, maybe you'll just stay right here. Knee is straight, and that's totally fine. Or maybe you stretch out, and you can stretch your right hand back behind you. See what feels good for you. Play around with it. Take one more breath here, and release. Rotate out, and we're going to do the other side. Okay, so again, starting in our Tadasana, activating those feet, right? Really feeling the balls of the feet connecting. The heels are sending energy into the earth. Fingertips are sending energy. Maybe opening, pulling the arms back to open up that heart space. Inhale, exhale, releasing, and then inhale, arms up to extended mountain. Again, feel the fingers pulling away, magnets pulling the fingertips, and then your sits bones reaching toward the earth at the same time. Inhale and exhale, sitting back into our chair once more. So hips come back, heart space is open. Arms can be out or up. Inhale and exhale. Release, coming up to standing, pressing to the right foot. Let the left knee come out to the side, ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Finding that drishti for our tree. Hands to heart, left knee pulling open. Find our soft gaze. Branching the arms out if you're feeling it. Really feeling all four corners of the right foot pressing into the mat. Stay there, or Release the left foot, right hand to right toe, kind of disappearing, right hand to right toe, if that feels good. And remember, you can just hold it right here or extend. One side is definitely more limber than the other. When you're ready, we'll release, take it out one more time. Then we'll come back down to our seated position. Okay, so from here, I always like to challenge myself and see if I can squat down, but however you get here, your knees will kind of determine. And we're gonna just do a little knee rolling, knees to chest, rolling back and forth. Release tension in our lower back, and then come up to a seated position. Okay, from here, we're gonna close with a nice self hug. Really reaching those arms out to the side, inhaling, and exhale, squeezing those arms across the body, maybe even moving back and forth. Deep breath, exhale. And we'll do it one more time. Reaching those fingertips out, opposite directions, and this time hug with the opposite arm on top. Give yourself that nice hug. And release. All right, thank you so much for joining me for our somatic grounding flow today. Take some time to meditate or even find your way into a corpse pose. And please look for the next video, which is the mountain bike, pre and post. I'll see you then.